What's up, y'all? It's your boy Millyz, checking out the B Shine. I'm from Cambridge, Mass, so there's so much culture. You know, the public high school is literally the most diverse high school in the whole of America. As far as there's the most language spoken. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a super melting pot. It was a super artistic place, and then you know, everybody around me was always into rap and hip hop, man. My father was a poet, so I was always like, you know, keen on putting words together. And man, it was just the thing for me. You know, I was enthralled and just fascinated with it from the time I saw it. You know, around like 10 years old, I was memorizing songs real easy, and eventually it just, you know, all came to fruition. When I was young, like I had like Machiavelli on cassette. I was like joint custody with like my mother and my father. So my father didn't give a fuck. Like I could, you know, like I could rock out and listen to whatever I wanted to. But when I would go to my mother's, you know, I would always hide it, the tape. And I just always remember, you know, it was like hiding contraband, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would always hide the tape. And that was like probably like, I don't know, I was probably like 10 or something. But yeah, that's like a hip hop moment, like from real young. I mean, whatever I could do, just as far as like pressing up CDs, passing them out. I was always like real aggressive, like with being hands-on. I'd walk up to whoever, whenever, wherever, you know, hop out. We were hopping out in the worst neighborhoods ever, like, and just, you know, passing my CD to anyone. And be like, this white dude's crazy, like, you know. So I was always like, whatever I could do. And then, you know, obviously the internet came and you got to adapt to that, you know what I'm saying? But, anything, man, by any means necessary. I really got in a lot of trouble when I was young. Like, my mother would push me towards getting a job, and, you know, I would try, but I'd keep getting in trouble regardless. And then, you know, I caught a lot of cases, and I just went through a lot of things. So eventually when she saw that it was something positive, because I'm really like, you know, I grew up with my mother. Like, my father, like, he moved when I was, like, younger, but he always supported it just from a distance. You know what I'm saying? But like my mother was real active on just trying to make sure I became something in life. But she embraced it when she saw me like in a newspaper and stuff like that. You know, so she accepted that that's what I wanted to do. And just having a relationship with him, like a genuine relationship with him, is dope. Like I went to a New York club and he was in the club, and I was just by myself. You know, I was standing like outside of the VIP. It was a strip club. I was talking to a stripper or whatever, and Jada and them was in the VIP, and I knew it, but I didn't have I didn't have no pull at the time. Like, you know, he can't hear his phone in the club or whatever. So the chick tapped me while I was talking to her, and she was like, look, Jada's talking to you. I was like, oh shit. He was calling me in from the VIP, like, you know, standing up on the couch, and I got to the bouncer, and the bouncer was trying to shut me down, and Jada was like, yo, like he parted the Red Seas like Moses, and I was in the VIP, sat right next to the big homie, and it's crazy because, you know, like I came from idolizing him, man, and like, you know, that's an amazing moment. And then, you know, I've had a show with Jay Electronica, like after I got off stage, Jay Electronica, you know, came all the way through the crowd and ran up on me and was like, yo, your stage show is amazing, man. Like, and then he went on after me and stopped his show and was like, yo, but at the time I had this song called White Boy Like Me. He was like, that White Boy Like Me joint? That was crazy. So like I had a lot of that, like, you know, making the transition to just being completely about music. It was hard. I kind of like got forced into it. Like a lot of like people I grew up with, like, doing like life in jail for real, like my friends, like, you know, tattooed on my arm, like, or like, you know, I have friends that got murdered. I used to be kind of like really into wanting like street fame, or like, you know, to live a different type of lifestyle, and I glorified that even more than being a rapper, like. But I realized that, you know, that nothing good really comes to that, man, and you can't do music and do that. Like, it's impossible. No matter what anybody says, it's impossible. So I learned about, you know, positive energy and just getting myself away from negativity. And I guess that's been the biggest challenge, you know, trying to make that transition just to being a more positive person. I moved to New York, and it's pretty much just because like the network of people that I had out there. Like I don't think I would have ever moved out of my city. Everywhere I've ever went, matter of fact, is due to hip hop. Like I know myself. Like I'm so community orientated. Like I would have stayed in my neighborhood forever. Like I'm obsessed with my neighborhood. As an individual, man, like I really paved my own way in this thing, and hopefully, you know, people can learn from that and do that too, man, because I got a unique story, and I'm excited to tell it to the world, you know, and hopefully just that story that I leave behind will be what people take from it, and hopefully it inspires them.